Paul Pierce or Stephen A is getting phone calls like, what you think I'm a strong 7, huh?
Perfect.
This was an interesting comment by Paul Pierce about the type of women that he thinks men should be dating nowadays or pursuing nowadays. Have you heard this?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll play it for you.
All you men who stand up men, who go out there and put your elbow into making a woman make sure she's straight and hard working and respectable, chest up, chin out men, and you really on the grind and you really got ambition, man, leave these little pretty girls alone, bro. They don't put their elbow in it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Over there looking at, oh, she bad. Oh, look at her Instagram. Oh, she a 9, she a 10. No, I'll get you a 5 or a 6 who gonna put some elbow into it and gonna be down for you on some 100. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at you like, why he with her? Don't worry about why I'm with her. Cause she gonna do everything you ain't doing. 100%. That's the new wave we should be on, fellas. Like, man, forget all that how you look when you with your arm around her. Nah, she ain't got no substance to her.
So that was his comment, right? And then Stephen A decided to chime in, very smartly hopping on the wave.
If you're a man out there and you want to be happy, you want a strong 7. The 10, no, she's a 10. It's too much drama. Okay, yep. The 9 thinks she's a 10. That's too much drama. Yep. The 8 already knows that she's probably a 9, so even though it's not as much drama, it's still gonna cause you some issues. But the 7, the strong 7, knows that she's beautiful enough, she's smart enough, she brings enough to the table, but in the same breath, her ego is not out of control to the point where it will force your ego to infiltrate the proceedings and nothing gets accomplished.
Now, I love this topic, right? Because it's so much, it's subjective. You know what I'm saying? It is like one man's 6 could be.
I think it's subjective, but yes, it's subjective.
You think it's objective? I think one man's 6 could be another man's 10 based off of how he feels about himself. Let me explain it. Now, where I think both of these brothers went wrong is I feel like any lady that messes with them now feels like they're a 5, 6, or a 7 when they might have done that. They were higher. Now, like Paul Pierce or Stephen A is getting phone calls like, so you think I'm a strong 7, huh? So that's why I wouldn't hop in with the opinion on it that much. But I think Stephen A was more so trying to be funny, whereas, and not to say he wasn't spitting, but I think there was an element of like, this is timely and this is kind of funny, so let me hop on it. I think Paul Pierce might have been coming from a place of hurt, of like insecurity. It more so sounds like
maybe, but regardless of where he's coming from, his statement overall has a lot of substance to it, just in general.
Proceed.
Well, because I mean, like Stephen A, I thought Stephen A broke it down a little bit better. Mm-hmm. If you were, first of all,
well, Stephen A came from the top, which made sense. A 10, a 9,
so
an 8.
First of all, in terms of like, you know, we'll just say 10s. There's not too many natural 10s out there, right?
I think that's like a unicorn. That's like,
right. And so when you start talking about girls that are 10s, these are girls who obviously got work done. Their egos are in a different place. They're meant to, and even in order to even want to change your body, do anything to your body, there's issues there just in general. You would have had to have a lack of something in order to want to improve yourself in that manner. So there's either a lack of self-esteem or lack of, I need more attention. So there's a certain personality type that goes along with someone who wants to do work to their body just in general.
So you only think you could be a 10 if you did work?
No, like I said, we're talking about a unicorn if we're talking about a natural 10.
Yeah.
Right. There's not many of them out there, natural 10s. And also, I mean, like you said, it's subjective. You know, what I may consider a natural 10, you may not consider a natural 10. But just
also, can't your number also be personality based? Like, can't a 10?
It can, but we're just talking about looks.
I don't think that's what Paul Pierce is talking, because he's also talking about what comes along with it, the come along. So if what I want to say is like, if you are going to base it just on looks, is a 10 by vision, but she acting like a 4 the way that she acted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, well, now you're not a 10. I'm not looking like I'm not gonna let you act like that and want to be around
what
that.
is a 10 personality type? I mean, that can be anybody.
Super chill, and that's why it's subjective. My 10 would be I could chill with her. We could
Right. So I
definitely
think when
kick it.
people be talking about numbers, it's based off of kind of looks off the
No, yeah. No. I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is that the extra stuff is I think is what Paul Pierce is saying brings you down, and it doesn't bring your score down. It brings my desire to want to be around you down. So you're a 10. Everybody, I'm walking around with you. Everybody
talking about looks.
Everybody thinks I'm cool, but you treating me like shit. You know what I mean? You talking crazy.
Yeah,
to
like
me.
I said, if you're a 10, that means that there's a lot of other stuff, personality wise, that goes along with that 10
but I'm not
that
saying,
I don't want.
But I'm not saying I'm not gonna blanket all 10s. Even as unicorn as they are, I'm not gonna say they all have a certain personality.
Unicorns, you see the natural ones, we're not gonna talk about those.
But even if she was a 9, I'm not gonna blanket anybody and say I think there's some cool 9s. I think, and there's probably some 9s I would never even want to hang out with. I'm more than longer than 5 minutes. So I'm not really like, I don't know, but yes, in terms of looks, I would say, yeah, I agree with you. But I cut you off. My fault. You were going on about the numbers.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when you're dealing with 9s and 10s, there's just a lot that comes along with that personality-wise. Ego-wise, all of that stuff.
How much of it do you think is insecurity on the man's part? Because, like, there are some men out there who are attracted to a 9 or attracted to a 10, but because every man is attracted to a 9 or 10, that they don't like that. They don't like that she's walking down the street and catching attention. So
there is a level of insecurity because, again, what comes along with that? If a chick, let's just say the 9s and the 10s, right? They know they're 9s and 10s. They have big egos. They're typically independent. They're like those women, I get it. I get my own, or, I don't need a man type shit. Or if they are women, I need a man, they're very shallow. They're, their personality types are just not that attractive. They're great to look at, but in terms of conversation and their personalities,
or it could just be they get so much attention.
But that's not a good thing.
No, not at all.
So,
I think that's what Paul Pierce is alluding to, and I think he's like, because she gets that level of attention, she might not cook for you. Because she gets that level of attention, she might not want to watch your kids or something like that. Whereas I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not. This is barbershop talk when we put it all in blanket and we talk about females and stuff like that. Because I don't think it is a blanket, but
it's a blanket. It can't cover 100%, but it can cover 70%. And that's a big percentage.
I agree with that. So, but how honest, if men can be as honest as we are about the rating that we give women, how honest do you think men are about the rating they give themselves?
No.
So as a man, I'm probably going to think I'm on a higher scale, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Probably.
So now, but I could maybe to women be a 4, a 5, right? So with that level, we're basically saying as I think I'm a 10. She thinks I'm a 4. Let's just say I'm in the middle. Let's meet in the middle somewhere. Let's say I'm a 6, right? Even as a 6, I think I should be getting a 10.
So I think
right?
men are more realistic about their number than women are.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, because the male experience and the woman experience, two different. The vast majority of women can get a man. Period.
Yeah.
Whereas as a man, you have to work so much harder.
It can't just be based off of looks or something
like let's say if I'm a man and I'm a 4, right? I have to work so much harder in order to get some runs.
Money come in or gain
whereas,
or something like that.
Let's say a woman who's a 4,
some guy's gonna want to.
Somebody gonna want to. She just maybe pull her panty string up a little bit, and she gonna get somebody.
Yeah.
Right. So
now, I guess
because of that, like women will always get attention. Men may not always get attention. And because women will always get attention, it may skew how they believe that what their true number is because most men are going to give you attention. Whereas
exactly. Yeah.
If I'm a 2, my life is probably going to be representative of that.
So, that's why I was coming with the subjective of, so now if I'm a man that's honest about my number, whether it's good, let's say it's bad, and I'm honest about it, she might be a 10 compared to what I can get. Maybe I can't get an actual 10.
She's a
but
real
maybe
5, but to me, she's a 10.
She's exactly. Oh no, I mean, she's an 8. She's a 7. But I'm like, yo, I'm a 5. Like, just she. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
13.
I don't know. I think men are honest with that to themselves, maybe, but I don't know if they're openly like honestly like that. Like, yo, bro, I'm a 5. Exactly, right? So that's where it comes in, and where I don't know, like. Now let's remove ourselves from the barbershop and let's live in the real world. We know there's more that comes with looks. It sounds like Paul Pierce was talking about a relationship and what comes in a relationship.
Yeah, a real relationship.
Yeah.
Not you just trying to smash.
I met her in the club. Everybody wants to get with her. Da 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 da. And I think he wasn't as eloquent with it, but he's more so saying, don't get a girl that you think everybody's gonna think you're cool because you're with this girl. Get a girl. Now, why they gotta be 5s or 6s? That's his argument to make. I don't necessarily think they have to be, or I wouldn't tell myself they 5s or 6s at least. So, but I think there's more so of like, I do want a lady that's going to do A, B, C, and D. And it might not be the chick that is wearing designer clothes and gets gifts from guys and gets taken on trips, because she don't got to do that. But that's that's her level of
she won't do that.
So you can be with her if you didn't want to do all it. You can pay people to do those things for you. You can pay people to watch your kids. You can pay people to cook for you. You don't want to do that. You want your girlfriend to do it. So now don't diminish her, because now I feel like that statement is like, now girls out there doing the right thing. Like, am I 5? Is he with me? I'm like, nah. I think girls out there, and I don't want to put numbers on it, but I think you could be dope. You could be special because of what you bring to a relationship. I think that's where I think that's where the fantasy and the reality perception got to come in. Like, we all know what the fantasy of it is. We want the baddest chick doing the most that she's going to do, and we get to sit down, play video games, and chill and smoke all day. But the reality of it is, I got to do 50%, she got to do 50%. And if you start adding kids in the picture, you got even less time for yourself. So it's like, the reality of it is, you got to know what you getting into. I think if the girl matters, like a guy that I listened to, he was like, yo, you guys out there, y'all be going for these girls with the shape. And he was more so saying, he was like, yo, my girl was so smart that, like, when we was at the car dealership, he's talking about being young, like the first cars. He's like, I'm like, yo, let's get this car. We on college now. We going da 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 da. And her mom was paying for it, and her mom had money. And he was like, I want to be fly. And the girl was like, on some, but if my mom gets sick and can't make the payments, we got to be able to hold this car down. Maybe we should go for the lame car, the shit box.
Normal car.
Yeah. But actually, I think she went a little lame, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, yeah. The shit box, the thing is, no one's gonna break their neck, you know what I mean, to look at. And he was like, yo, but I realized that was smart. He's like, and a lot of guys are going for the girls that look the best on their arm and don't realize they need a girl with a brain, some substance, because that helped us get our credit right. That helped us get our money right. And it was a bigger story. But I think him and Paul Pierce are saying the same thing. It's just Paul Pierce put these numbers on it, and then which makes it
saying the same thing.
Yeah, but it makes it a fun conversation. But yeah, in reality, you do want the girl that's not just one or not just beauty. You want substance and brains, and I think yes. But as a man, bring substance to the table as well. You're gonna attract what you put out. I feel like if you hang out at strip clubs and bars, no offense to people who do that, but you're gonna pick up the people that frequent those
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this conversation has gone on forever and a day, right? You look at my down ass chick versus, I'm just screwing these hoes, right now. But I got my down ass chick, and she probably don't look like these hoes that I'm screwing.
Yes, yeah. Your bottom bitch or whatever the case may be. Yes, exactly.
And so, I mean, it's not a fluke, like you said. I mean, the 9s and 10s. The reality is they just have never had to do certain things. And so you won't, right? If you've never, and I'm not saying all 9s and 10s never had to cook and clean. I'm not saying that, but just follow me. If you are a 9 or a 10 and you just grew up a certain way, you never had to cook and clean, ain't no way in hell 30 years later you're gonna be cooking and cleaning. It's just, men are gonna want you so much, and it's gonna be all men are gonna want you, but now you have so many options. You're probably gonna choose the men up there who can afford to, they have a maid, you don't have, you just fuck them,
But then you might end up as an old, still attractive woman, but single.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Those aren't just relationship skills; those are life skills. And if you don't pick up on those life skills, and they're great to bring to a relationship, they're actually great to have in your toolbox because they're more likely going to keep somebody around and make
But
somebody.
that's where these chicks be having it fucked up. Like when all these chicks nowadays doing all these surgeries and shit because they think that that's what men want. Yeah, that's what we want to see, and that's what's gonna say, "Hey, ma, come to my bedroom."
Short-term attention.
I want to smash, but you're not getting that ring, sweetheart.
Yeah, and
that's just the reality of the situation. And yeah, they got it all fucked up because they think that's just what men want. Yes, that's what men want to smash, but that's about it. That's pretty much where it ends.
Yeah, and yes, you know what's funny? If you don't have a brother,
because what comes along with the woman who's willing to do all of those things to her body and I don't want that for my wife at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. People be dying. People risking their life to do that. Yeah, you're right. And I think those girls, maybe they don't listen, or maybe they don't have like a male, like a brother, a cousin, a homeboy that's like, yeah, just to be like, yo, if you really knew, like guys like that, but not in the
not like
term.
that, not in the manner in which you would want them to.
Exactly. That's not what you want the attention for.
Because at the end of the day, most chicks, like chicks who be on, so I don't need a man, I don't want a man, that's bullshit. Just as human beings, we are like creatures of, like, we want to be with somebody.
So companionship. Yeah, we seek companionship. Yes.
And so, chicks, y'all be doing all this work to your bodies for the wrong reasons. I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's not really what men want.
What's good, y'all? It's your man DJ Playboy, and I'm here with my guy Spec, and we representing for the Perfect Talk podcast.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe, people.
And of course, hop in the comments, let us know what you thinking, and go check out the website, www.perfecttalkpodcast.com. All the episodes right there.
Yes, sir. Peace.